Hey guys, Britt here. Today I'll be sharing with you all my top 42 Touhou themes. Wow, what a large number. Well, there are so many great Touhou themes out there that the number was bound to be large. Don't worry though, I'll make this a two-parter. This will have 21 themes and I'll put 21 more in the next part, so let's get started. Remember, these are just my personal faves, but there are plenty of other ones that are amazing and didn't make it to the list. So I'll be leaving a link to a playlist full of them in the description below. Also, please note that I have not played every single Touhou game in existence, but I did bother doing my research beforehand, so yeah, some facts and opinions will be thrown out there. Now, let's go. Number 21, Ran Yakumo's theme, A Maiden's Illusionary Funeral-Necro-Fantasy. Ran is a Shikigami who first appeared as the extra stage boss of Perfect Cherry Blossom, but is also the Phantasm stage mint boss of the same game. This theme plays when fighting her, and I gotta say it's quite catchy. Her being a Shikigami, she does have a master, who's usually asleep, so she usually just does whatever. This loyal Kitsune's theme sounds a lot like her master's though. I would have put it a bit higher on the list, but like I said, it sounds too much like Yukari's, but not as fun to listen to as hers. She also looks like she's wearing pajamas. Number 20. Raymilia Scarlet's theme, Septette for the Dead Princess. Raymilia is a vampire who first appeared as the final boss of Embodiment of Scarlet Devil, a game I have played but have yet to beat. And this is the theme playing during that fight. She's the mistress of Sakuya Izayoi, Hong Mei-ling, and some fairy maids. She's also the big sister and guardian of Satan's Pride and Joy, Lingerie Scarlet. When I first joined the Touhou fandom way back, I didn't really like this theme, mainly because I was obsessed with lingerie and it was hard to please me at that point. But after listening to it more, and finding out it has a bit of Beethoven's Virus mixed in it, it grew on me. It's a bit lower on this list because it took a while for me to actually like it. I love Raymilia as a character though, just prefer her sister's theme. Number 19. Alice Murgatroyd's theme, Doll Judgement. Alice is a doll-controlling magician who, according to Zun, is quote-unquote quite special. This theme plays during her fight in Perfect Cherry Blossom, where she is the third stage boss, though that game is not her first appearance. Same with Raymilia's theme, I had a hard time liking this one, but it grew on me. I honestly didn't know where to put this song on the list, so I decided to place it at 19, since it was such a struggle. She also seems to be quite fond of Marissa. Number 18. Sho Torimaru's theme, the Tiger-Patterned Vaisravana. Sho is a tiger yokai and a disciple of the god Bishamonten. She, along with the Minamitsu Murasa and some other yokai, want to revive Byakuren Hijiri from being sealed in Makai. This theme plays during her Stage 5 battle in Undefined Fantastic Object. I don't know a lot about Sho, other than the fact that she seems close to Byakuren, one of my favorite characters due to her nice design. UFO is a Touhou game I have yet to play, but a lot of fans seem to have problems with those quote-unquote damn lasers of hers. I might have to give it a shot one of these days. Number 17. Raiko Horikawa's theme, Primordial Beat-Pristine Beat. Raiko is a Tsukumogami transformed from a taiko drum. She first appeared in Double Dealing character as an extra stage boss. I don't know much about Raiko either, other than the fact that she wants freedom, but hey, who doesn't? She has a nice theme though, and I wasn't quite sure where to put it either. These are very difficult decisions I'm making right now. Number 16. Satori Komeji's theme, Satori Maiden-3rd Eye. Satori is Satori, so she can read minds and such, causing a lot of the other yokai and humans to fear her. Can't really blame them though. She's also the mistress of Rin Kainbyo and Utsuho Ryuji, and the big sister of the terrifyingly creepy Koishi Komeiji. This theme plays during her Stage 4 battle in Subterranean Animism. I have to say that I really like Satori as a character, especially her design. But when it comes to her theme, I have to say that I prefer the Eastern Sound remix of it. I'm not saying it's a bad theme by any means. If I thought it was bad, it wouldn't be on this list. But as I said with Raymilia, I just prefer her little sister's theme over her own. Doesn't mean it's bad, so don't think that. Number 15, Nitori Kawashiro's theme, Candid Friend. Nitori is apparently a quote-unquote shy Kappa who likes to invent things and keeping said inventions in her gigantic backpack, since she's such a great engineer who has to take everything with her. Candid Friend plays during her Stage 3 boss fight in Mountain of Faith. Kappa Nitori is a great character and her theme is great too. She'll sell you things at cheap prices, so be sure to check her out and her theme. Number 14, Sanai Kochiya's theme, Faith is for the Transient people. Sanai is a human, but a very distant descendant of the cute little booger that is Suwako Maria. She's a newbie at being a shrine maiden, and according to fans, she seems to be the whole of the Touhou universe. Don't know what would make her so much like one, given that most Touhou fans get aroused by armpits, but I digress. This theme plays during the Stage 5 boss fight against Sanai. I like this character, and I really like her theme. I'm not attracted to pits of arms, so you can cross that off with reasons for me liking her, but she's pretty cool. Number 13, Yuyuko Saigyoji's theme, Border of Life. Yuko is a ghost princess who loves pink butterflies, trees, and eating. Well, those aren't things about her that need to be discussed right now. She's the head of Hakugyo Kuro in the Netherworld, and the mistress of Yomu Konpaku, who is in a way the complete opposite of Yuyuko. Yuyuko is the final boss of Perfect Cherry Blossom, and the theme plays during her fight. Like Satori, I find the East New Sound version of this theme better, but they're both pretty great. Yuyuko's an awesome, amazing dead girl. Number 12. Yomu Konpaku's theme, Hiroari shoots a strange bird, till when? Oh well, what do you know? Yomu came after Yuyuko on this list. Yomu is a half-human, half-phantom who lives at Hakugyo Kuro in the Netherworld as a gardener and a fencing instructor. Doesn't know how she can be half dead and half alive unless... Oh... Well, Yomu's a great character with a great theme. When playing as her, or against her in Scarlet Weather Rhapsody, she seemed rather weak, especially since I suck at that game. But she's still pretty cool. This theme plays during her, well, fights in Perfect Cherry Blossom. She makes a lot of appearances in that game, and since I haven't played it myself, I don't know if the song plays each time she's there, so maybe I should play that one. Moving on. Number 11, Orange's theme, Decoration Battle. Well, Orange, or Orangey, is, I guess, a pretty weak character. Someone stated that you can only hear about 30 seconds of this theme since the player defeats her so easily. I looked for her bio, and while I didn't get much, seems she's only in the game to be a pain in the rear end. Her name isn't really original either, so it kinda seems like she's just a throwaway character. Pretty sad, considering she has a nice design and a nice theme. I love 8-bit music. Well, this music plays during her, I guess boss fight in Stage 1. I feel so bad for this poor girl. Oh well, moving on. Number 10. Iku Nagai's theme, Crimson in the Black Sea, Legendary Fish. Iku is an ore fish whose job is to observe the daily mood of the atmosphere, so she's a weatherman. I'm sorry, she has a great theme, but this love child of Raymilia and Kaneko was a pain in the donkey to fight against. If you saw my Scarlet Weather Rhapsody gameplay, then you know why fighting her is a pain. Her spell cards are ridiculous, and I'm surprised I didn't rage more than I did. And when I finally beat her, I had to fight Tenchi, the ultimate troll of the sky. Well, this theme plays during her boss fight in Scarlet Weather Rhapsody. Don't have much to say about her, except that she's definitely going on my list of boss fights I wish I didn't have to go through. I do not want to join your disco party, Iku. You make me mad. Number 9. Ellie's theme, Bad Apple. No, not that other Bad Apple that got famous without the original source ever being mentioned. I'm talking about the real Bad Apple, the song that played during Stage 3. Well, technically not her theme, just the music that plays during Stage 3 leading up to her. Her picture is still used when this music plays on YouTube. Anyway, Ellie is a gatekeeper at Mugenkan, and she appears to be pretty lonely. I completely understand why. Must suck having your stage theme become a meme and no one even knows who you are. Not a lot is known about Ellie, since she apparently only showed up in one of the PC-98 games and has yet to return. Other than the fact that Yuka Kazami seems to be her master. I mean, if they brought Yuka back, I think they should have brought Ellie back too. She would have been great. By the way, I do like the Bad Apple memes, since it's one of the reasons I got into Touhou, but I like the original 8-bit song as well. Number 8. Marisa Kirasama's theme, Magus Night. Marisa is the main protagonist in the Touhou franchise, along with Reimu Hakare, and she's a human magician specializing in light and heat magic. She's pretty tomboyish, unlike someone I know, cough cough Misty. Anyway, this theme plays during, well, I guess whenever Marisa's there. I haven't played Hopeless Masquerade yet, but I probably will one of these days. I actually prefer Marisa's other theme, which I'll be putting higher on this list soon, but this theme is good as well. Number 7. Sukuna Shinmyomaru's theme, Kobito of the Shining Needle, Little Princess. This sack of adorableness is an inchling princess with a height complex, though I can't really blame her since everyone seems to bring out how small she is in conversation. Well, this theme plays during the Stage 6 boss fight of Double Dealing character. I gotta say, this is a pretty intense battle theme for someone so small. But hey, gotta make her feel big somehow. She's actually a great character to fight with in Urban Legend and Limbo though. Number 6. Mitori Kawashiro's theme, the Kappa way is said, one-way Accelerator. Mitori is a fan-made character who is apparently a half-human, half-Kappa, who lives in the underworld and is a half-sister to Mitori Kawashiro. I gotta say, Mitori isn't a very original creation. Now, I have nothing against fan characters, considering I make my own all the time, and even made one for Touhou, but I don't like fan characters who aren't very, well, thought of. Well, I think her power is pretty cool, I suppose, and her theme is freaking awesome, but in terms of her design and name, she's just the opposite of Mitori. Kinda like a recolor, almost. Now, I will try not to hate on her, since I love her theme song, but I won't hate. I will appreciate. Also, if anyone out there knows how I can make my own Touhou theme in game, please let me know in the comments below, because I'd love to make one. This theme plays during the fan game called Subterranean Hatred, which is supposed to be the phantasm stage of subterranean animism that happens after the extra stage. It's unknown if Zun knows she even exists. Also, can't pass up this joke. Original the character, do not steal. Number 5. Eirin Yagokoro's theme, Gensokyo Millennium-History of the Moon. Eirin is a medical Einstein from the moon that can create medicine to make you immortal, with the help of Kaguya, of course. She'd make Nurse Joy jealous because, good lord, seems she can heal anything and even make you live for all eternity. I'd want to be her patient any day. Going back to the topic of her theme, which is really cool sounding, it plays during Imperishable Night, and since she seems to make an appearance in that game quite frequently, it may play whenever she shows her face, but I don't know, it's a great theme, that's worth a listen. Number 4, Ellie's theme, Spirit Battle-Perdition Crisis. Okay, so this is Ellie's actual character theme. It plays when you actually fight her as a boss, and I think it sounds really, really cool. As I already stated with Bad Apple, Ellie is a bit underrated, which is a shame because I really like her in this theme, which I personally like more than Bad Apple. Go give it a listen when you have the time. Number 3, Kogasa Tatara's theme, Beware the Umbrella Left for 10,000 Years. Kogasa is a Karakasa Obake who exists to scare the living daylights out of people. Nah, not really, she just exists to surprise others, though she's not very good at doing it. This chick was once a normal umbrella in the outside world, forgotten by her owner and no one else claimed her because the color was unpopular at the time. As time went on, the wind swept her away to Gensokyo and she became a yokai. That sounds ridiculous, but not the silliest thing I've ever heard. People can be born from anything these days, so she's basically like a child, or Umbrella in this case, that tried scaring their parents on Halloween but failed miserably. Oh well, she has a really nice theme, which plays during her Stage 2 boss fight in Undefined Fantastic Object. Like her theme, and her eyes intrigue me. Number 2. Kyoko Kasodani's theme, Yokai Girl at the Gate. Kyoko is a Yamabiko yokai that embodies mountain echoes and is able to reflect sound waves. That sounds kinda odd, but cool too. She seems to have started a band with Misty Lorelei, the long-nailed fairy. And she seems to be familiar with Byakuren, if only slightly, since she's a priestess in training at Byakuren's Myoren temple. This theme plays during her Stage 2 boss fight of 10 Desires. And number 1 of this set of lists is Sekibanki's theme, Dullahan Under the Willows. Sekibanki is apparently a Rokuro Kubi, though she has more Nuke Kubi in her. I suppose she can also elongate her neck, so it sorta makes sense. Calling her a Dullahan instead probably would have been better, but just less Japanese. Living undercover as a human in the human village. I think her theme is really cool sounding, and it's in my taste. This music plays during the Stage 2 boss fight of Double Dealing Character, and it should be listened to by more ears. Well, that's it for this 21 list. I'll be posting my next 21 soon. Hope you guys enjoyed.